In today's lesson, we will learn how to solve pair of linear equations in two variables. Let's understand first the meaning of today's topic. Now, if I have equation 2x plus 4 equals 0. Now, this is a linear equation in one variable because we have only one variable, that is x, and its power is 1. So, this is a linear equation in one variable. Now, if I have 5x plus 4y plus 3 equals 0. This is a linear equation in two variables because we have two variables x and y, and the degree of this equation is 1. Now let's take another equation. 7x plus 9y plus 5 is equals to 0. So here I have two linear equations in two variables and they form a pair. This is what we are going to learn today, that a pair of linear equations in two variables and how to get their solution. So if I check this, the value, this a1 is 5 and the value of a2 is 7. The value of b1 is 4 and that of b2 is 9. Likewise, c1 is 3 and c2 is 5. And this is how we write the pair of linear equations in two variables in standard form. Clear? Now we can solve these equations by graphical method, that is by plotting the graph, and by algebraic method. And in algebraic method, we will learn two ways to solve them. First is the substitution method and elimination method. Let's get started with graphical method. Now, we are learning about linear equations. So remember, for any linear equation, we will always have a straight line on the graph. A linear equation will always give a straight line. And by looking at the equations, we can tell what kind of graph we will get. So let's check first the ratios and let's compare the ratios of two equations. If a1 is by a2 is not equals to b1 by b2. What we are doing here, we are comparing the ratios a1, a2 and b1, b2. So if they are not equal, then what kind of graph we will get? We will get two lines, one line from each equation, and they will intersect each other. Means they can intersect like this, they can intersect like this. Anyway, the two lines will intersect and they will have one solution. Okay? Because you see, if my graph is intersecting like this, so I will get 1 point from x-axis and 1 point from y-axis. So in this way, I will get one solution for this equations. And let's check the second case. If a1 upon a2 is equals to b1 upon b2 is equals to c1 upon c2, means all the three ratios are equal to each other, then the lines will be coincident lines. Coincident lines means what? Because their all points will be same. Therefore, they will be overlapping. Both the lines will overlap. And we will have many solutions for such kind of equations. Clear? And when we have solution, whether it's one solution or many solutions, we call it as a consistent. Let's check the third case where the ratios of a1 upon a2 is equals to b1 upon b2 but not equals to c1 upon c2. In this case, we will have two parallel lines on the graph. And parallel lines never touch each other, correct? So they will not touch, they will not intersect. Therefore, we will have no solution for such kind of equations. And we call them as inconsistent. So this is how, by comparing the ratios, we can tell what kind of graph we are going to get and what kind of solution we will have. Let's see it with an example. Now see here, let's take a1. Here a1 is 1. And what about a2? a2 is 3. The value of b1 is minus 2 and the value of b2 is 4. And here C1 is 0 because we don't have the value of C. There is no constant term in the first equation. So C1 is 0 and C2 here is minus 20. Now let's compare A1 upon A2 and that is 1 upon 3. Let's check B1 and B2. B1 is minus 2 and B2 is 4. After reducing, we will get minus 1 over 2. Now you see from these two, the ratio A1 upon A2 is not equals to B1 upon B2. Now no need to check the third C1 and C2. So here itself we can say that the two lines are intersecting. Correct? And how many solutions they will have? These equations have one solution. And because it has a solution, they are consistent. Correct? Let's see the second example. Now compare the ratio of A1 and A2. Here A1 is 2 and A2 is 4. After reducing, it will be 1 over 2. Let's compare B1 over B2. B1 is 3 over 6. So it will be 1 over 2. So from here we are getting is A1 upon A2 is equals to B1 upon B2. Now they both are equal. Now let's check C1 upon C2. So C1 over C2 here is minus 9 over minus 18. So it will be 9 ones and 9 2. So is it equal? Yes. So C1 over C2 is equals to. All are in the ratio 1 over 2, 1 over 2 and 1 over 2. So when all the ratios of A, B, C are equal, then what kind of graph we will get? We will get two coincident lines. And how many solutions we will have? We will have many solutions because all the points are same for both the lines. So we will have many solutions. And when we have solution, we call them as consistent. Now let's check the third example. Now compare A1 upon A2. There's no numerical value given for A1. So it is 1. So 1 over 2. Let's check B1 over B2. It's 2 over 4. Let's reduce it and we will get 1 over 2. So see A1 upon A2 is equals to B1 upon B2. Now let's check C1 upon C2. So it's minus 4 over minus 12. Reduce it. It will be 1 over 3. And now you see that is not equals to C1 upon C2. See 1 over 2, 1 over 2 and C1 upon C2 is 1 over 3. So in this case, the two lines that we will get on a graph will be parallel to each other. Since they are parallel, they are not touching each other, so we will not get any solution. So no solution. And when we don't get any solution, we call it as inconsistent. Correct? So this is how, by looking at and comparing the coefficients and the constant term ratios, we will know what kind of graph we will get. Now let's learn how to plot a graph. I have taken simple equations here. So first equation, x plus y equals 4. This is first equation. Now how to plot a graph? Let's take x, y and let's take one value of x. Okay, let's take 0. So here it will be 0 plus y is equals to 4 and thus the value of y will be 4. So when we substitute the value of x as 0, we will get the value of y as 4. Let's take one more. Let's take the value of x as 1. So 1 plus y equals 4. So y equals 4 minus 1. So y is equals to 3. So y is equals to 3 and two values are enough to plot a graph. So let's plot a graph here. Let's write here 1. Okay, let's start from here. So here 1, 2, 3. And here -1, -2, -3. Let's write here -1, -2. And here it will be 1, 2, and 3. Now let's plot the graph. When x is 0, y is 4. So when x is 0, y is 4. So somewhere here, correct? So let's mark it here. This is 0 and 4. Okay. Now when x is 1, so when x is 1, y is 3 here. So 1 and 3. Now draw. Draw this line, straight line with the scale. So this is a graph for x plus y equals 4. Now let's draw the graph for the second equation. And that is x minus y equals 2. Now let's again take x and y. Let's take x as 0. So what will be the value of y? 0 minus y equals 2. So minus y equals 2. So y is equals to minus 2. So when x is 0, y is minus 2. Now let's take x as, let's take 4. Or let's take 3. Come on, 3. Okay. So 3 minus y is equals to 2. Minus y is equals to 2 minus 3. So minus y is equals to minus 1 and y is equals to 1. So when we take x as 3, the value of y is 1. So let's plot them now. Here, this one. For the second graph, x, where x is 0, the y is minus 2. So this is what? 0 and minus 2. When x is 3, y is 1. So here, when x is 3, y is 1. So now, with the help of a scale, mark a straight line. And this graph is of x minus y is equals to 2. Now you see, you can very clearly see that the two lines are intersecting here. So where they are intersecting, let's check the x value, that is 1, and the y value is 3. So the solution for these equations are 3, 1. So this is how you plot the graph, and from there you can get the solution. Now let's see how we can solve a pair of linear equations in two variables by substitution method and elimination method. Here I have taken the same equations so that you can compare the answers. So here let's take this as equation number 1. Here is equation 2, and whichever equation you find easy, get the value for one variable from it. For example, here from first equation, x minus 2y equals 0. From here we can easily get the value of x, that is equals to 2y. So I will write here, from 1 we get the value of x is 2y. Now substitute x is equals to 2y in equation 2. So what we will get, wherever you have x, replace it with 2y. So here it's 4y minus 20 equals 0. So it will be 6y plus 4y minus 20. So 6 plus 4, these are like terms, so you can add it. So it will be 10y. Let's take 20 on the other side. So y is equals to 20 over 10 and we get 2. So the value of y we get here is 2. Now substitute this value in equation 1, or you can substitute it here. Let's take it as 3. Equation 3. Substitute y equals 2 in equation 3. So what we will get? X is equals to 2. In place of y, write 2 because you get the value y is equals to 2. So x is equals to 4. So we get the two values, x 4 and y 2. So this is how we get the solution for these pair by substitution method. Now let's check and see what answer we get by elimination method. Now, by the name itself, we know elimination means to eliminate. Eliminate any term. So, for that, the terms should be equal, correct? Then only we can eliminate it. So, always check the first numeric value of both the equations and multiply this with, here we have 3. So, we are multiplying the first equation with 3, and this here we have 1. So, we will multiply this equation with 1. So, we have two equations. So, let's multiply the whole equation with 3x minus 3 2s are 6y equals 0. You have to multiply this with the whole equation. And here we will get 3x plus 4y minus 20 equals 0. Now, you see the first terms are equal, but we cannot cancel it because their sign is same. For that, we have to subtract it. So, when you are subtracting it, what we have to do? We have to change the sign. So, plus will become minus, and here it's minus, so it will become plus. And it is done only for the second equation, that means the lower equation. So, here this will get cancelled, and here minus minus is plus, so it will be 10y, and here it is plus 20 equals 0. So, minus 10y is equals to minus 20, and y is equals to minus 20 over minus 10, and we will get here 2. Now, how to get the value of x? In the same way as we did in substitution method. Now, substitute this value of y in any of the equations. Let's take the first equation, that is x minus 2y equals 0. Substituting the value of y, that is 2 equals 0, x minus 4 equals 0, and x is equals to 4. So, we get here x is equals to 4 and y is equals to 2. Now, you can see that in both the cases, in both the methods, we get the same answer. So, whichever method you use, you will get the same answer. So, this is how we solve a pair of linear equations in two variables. I hope the concepts are clear, and if you like the video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe.